Anton, you need to cover this nature boy situation. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to cover it. So I started doing some research on him, and I'm like, man, this guy's a cult leader? You can't see videos on the Patreon? I'll look at it in the morning. I'll get there. I said that this guy, you should be able to see it. This guy is a cult leader? All right, so let me just share my screen really quickly before I get into it. I looked up who is Nature Boy, and his name is Eligio Bishop. Eligio Bishop. He's 40 years old, and he was arrested in April 2022. Here, let me share my screen with you guys. How many of y'all are familiar with this? He was actually arrested, and no, not Ric Flair, not that Nature Boy. Eligio Bishop. And I think that he was more or less called Nature Boy because he was actually out there in these streets, man. But anyways, his name is Eligio Bishop. Some people in the chat is saying that he was a master manipulator. What up, J Ben? What's up, big dog? And so it's saying that he was arrested in April 2022, and after which he was, indicted on 5 charges by a grand jury in July of that year. The group Carbon Nation was characterized by authorities as a sex cult. A sex cult. It goes on to say a former group member who identified as Eligio's girlfriend alleged he had raped her and posted the footage online as revenge when she tried to escape. Yo, that's wild. That's absolutely wild. So I'm guessing that he went on trial. And let me pull this off real quick while I pull up some of the clips because I'm not familiar. You know about him, Messi? He a pedo? Whoa. So wait a minute. That was happening right here on soil, on American soil? All right, let me pull some of this up. We got to find out what's going on. Nature Boy. If I say Nature Boy, then they're going to pull up Ric Flair. So I got to put in his name, Eligio Bishop. It's crazy, man. All right, let me see if I can pull up some of his stuff. Hold on, let me see something.
Tonight with breaking news in the trial of accused cult leader Eligio Bishop. In the past half hour, a DeKalb County jury found Bishop guilty on all charges. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The most serious of those charges was rape, but Bishop was not even in the courtroom as the verdict was read. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert was there. He joins us now live. Tyler, what was the reaction in the room like as that verdict was read?
Yeah, Courtney, good evening to you. Alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop is now a convicted rapist. He was not inside the courtroom as this verdict was read. Instead, he watched remotely from the DeKalb County Jail because he had COVID concerns because someone tied to this case tested positive earlier this week. But as you might imagine, he was not happy after this verdict was read because there was an audible gasp from the Zoom meeting that was broadcasting in the courtroom. The judge then ordered that mic to be cut so the jury would not hear anything else from Bishop. I want to take you inside the courtroom as this announcement was read just about 45 minutes ago. The jury found Bishop guilty on all counts he faced, including rape, false imprisonment, and charges related to revenge porn. Bishop is the leader of the alleged cult Carbon Nation. Prosecutors say he raped a former group member as she tried to escape the group back in 2022 and then posted revenge porn online. The jury deliberated for just about 6 hours before announcing their verdict this afternoon. Take a listen to the moment as it unfolded.
On count 1, how does the jury find? Count 1 is rape. Guilty. And count 2, false imprisonment. Guilty. Count 3, prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. Guilty. Count 4, prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. Guilty.
Jesus.
and I am told that the victim is emotional in this case. She was inside the courtroom as this verdict was read. She sat stone-faced as this verdict was read, but I am told that she is emotional and grateful now for this case to be over. There is still one more part to all of this.
I updated the headline. I see y'all. It's just a little mistype. I updated it. Now it ain't the X. It's the D. We got it. We got y'all. I got y'all. Y'all got to give me a minute to get it. Listen, this is a one-man production, but we operating like we a major news source. You know what I'm saying?
Sentencing. The judge decided to go forward with that tonight, and it's unfolding right now in courtroom 6D here at the DeKalb County Superior Court building. We're going to have the very latest on what's being said, and if a sentence is announced at some point before 6 o'clock, we'll bring that to you at the very latest on Fox 5 News at 6. We are live in DeKalb County tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
All right.
So basically what's being said is that he was a cult leader. All right, before we even get into the sentences and all of that other stuff, here's my question. What the fuck is a cult? And how do people get involved in it? Whenever I think of a cult, I think of something that's happening over in Utah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, they want to keep people suppressed and down. And like, I don't understand the logic of a cult. I don't understand the mentality behind it. I guess it does make sense. But, so basically, one girl tried to escape. He said, nah, you're not escaping. He took her against her will. And then he released a bunch of images online as revenge. False imprisonment, rape, revenge porn, all of this stuff. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. I guess the former victim had a testimony. Did they testimony?
Day one in the DeKalb County trial of an alleged cult leader accused of rape.
Eligio Bishop was arrested in April at 20.
He started in the Facebook group chat? Oh, Jesus. Y'all joining cults off of a Facebook group chat? That's insane.
2022 after a former member of the Carbon Nation cult accused him of rape and false imprisonment and claims he...
Okay, so what do y'all get out of it? What do you get out of it? Listen, in any group that you're a part of, this is one of the reasons why I be looking at them Hebrew Israelites weird. And I know that a Hebrew Israelite isn't a part of the Carbon Nation or a cult like that. But I'm just trying to understand, what do you get out of it? Because anything that you join, you actually have to benefit from it. So, for example, I understand why people join fraternities or sororities, because you then have a group or a network of people that you'll be able to tap into for life, and it's an opportunity for you to level up. Now, I know that it's a lot of people that don't necessarily join for the right reasons. Sometimes they join just because they're trying to get pussy in high school, or they want to be a part of a group where they have a sisterhood or a brotherhood or whatever like that, right? But ultimately, the organizations make sense. Now, they're not for me. However, I understand it. I understand why people, may join a church, right? For the right reasons. Not all the churches, but for the right reasons. Because you're looking to worship with and study and get some understanding from a group of people that's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness that ultimately you get the ultimate reward, a better life, and you can make it to heaven. Makes sense, right? And I also understand why, people join certain other groups, right? Because, look, this person is adding value into your life and, you make more money or, whatever. Whatever you do, it has to be a return on investment. But then I be looking at some of these other groups and it just don't make sense to me. So, like, for example, I was born in Detroit and, regardless of the fact that I had a strong family, every single city in America still got gangs. Whether you're in LA, whether you're in New York, whether you're in Detroit, whether you're in Miami, right? And I was on between 8 Mile and 7 Mile and, whatever. But I was always able to think for myself. And I was always trying to figure out, why do people join gangs? So you telling me we got to go in, put in work, do criminal activity, possibly sell drugs, make sure that we defend our territory against them, and they poor just like we are, and we fighting over neighborhoods that most of us don't even own? Why would I join a gang? Why? Because you got a color on and you got a logo that some other nigga made up? As a young guy, I was thinking to myself, I don't really see the benefit of this. What do I get out of this? I'm already going to school. Ain't nobody messing with me. Ain't nobody bothering me. And I got older brothers. I'm chilling. Like, I just never seen the return on investment on the game. And it's similar to this cult shit. What I'm trying to understand from most people is why join something? What is the appeal of it? What is the appeal of a cult? What's the appeal of a gang? What's the appeal of some of this shit? Like, is it that we just want to belong to something or we want to be a part of something? I even understand. It don't make sense to me, but I can understand why people join a gang in a jail, because they got to pick a side and they looking for protection, or they don't want to be out there on an island by themselves or whatever, right? You didn't get fucked up because you got to participate. You might get a longer sentence for doing some shit that you ain't supposed to do. However, I understand it because they're looking to survive, right? I don't understand the shit that a lot of these people be doing, including this cult. What is the purpose of a cult? And what is the return on investment from a cult? It's a sense of belonging, Messi? No, not all churches Empire Foundation. I think there's some churches that's messed up and they give a bad rap to all churches. But I don't think all churches is like that. More importantly, you can still leave. See, when you join a gang, they be like, it's for life. When you join a church, I could just decide to not go no more. And I ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. It's different. But anyways, let me see what this testimony is.
Posted sex videos of her online as revenge. 11 Alive's Tracy A. McPeer has been following this case for us. She just stepped out of the courtroom. And Tracy, you're joining us live now with an update.
He was on a video with Signetter. Victim Olympics. Send it to me in my email, antondaniels413@gmail.com, and then I'll pull it up.
That's right. It's been a very emotional day in court with opening arguments. Then we heard from the victim in court for the first time.
I wasn't able to go. I felt like I couldn't. I felt powerless. And he kept telling me that he wanted to just do it one more time, just one more time.
Oh, that boy didn't have no chance whatsoever. Let me tell you something. When he heard that testimony, he should have just took the plea deal, whatever the fuck it was. Even if it was 30 years, just take the plea deal. Because when a woman get up there and she start crying and talking about a bunch of shit, and she said that he just wanted to do it one more time, and she started making it sound believable, and she started doing that sniffle, that ugly sniffle, that when she started doing that shit, it's over. Take the plea deal, big dog. That nigga should have took the plea deal. Now he doing life in prison, but we gonna get to that part.
Day one of Eligio Bishop's trial, the victim took the stand, explaining the power she says Bishop had over the members of his cult, Carbon Nation.
I was basically his disciple, and then he would make me his lover and take me and become his wife.
Bishop is facing a number.
Y'all see the judge? Even the judge was like, Jesus, this is a Lifetime movie. Look at the judge.
And take me and become his wife.
The judge is like, damn, look, I would have looked at the judge and then looked at the jury and be like, ah, shit. We in a world of trouble. Hey, lawyer, you think I'm going to make it out of this? No, it's not looking good. All right, take the plea deal. I don't give a fuck what they said. Just take the plea deal, my nigga.
Bishop is facing a number of charges after the victim, a former member of Carbon Nation, accused him of rape and false imprisonment and says he posted sex videos of her online as revenge for leaving him.
What the defendant did with that power, the answer to that, the evidence will show, is sex. Nobody's.
How you gonna get mad because somebody leave you and you got a whole nother fleet over there? This nigga deserve to be under the jail if that's true. If that's true, man, go ahead and do your time, big dog. We ain't gonna worry about it. You can get buff in prison. You ain't never getting out anyway. Might as well go ahead and get your look. Go ahead and holla at Fleece. He'll give you some advice on how to survive, my nigga.
Said no to the king.
In opening arguments Thursday, DeKalb County prosecutors described Eligio Bishop as a power-hungry cult leader that abused his members.
You will hear that there was this atmosphere of fear and violence within the group, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Who was going to be next?
The defense claiming the sex and the videos were consensual and that she was able to leave.
She packed her bags. Nobody stopped her from packing her bags on her. She was able to get her paintings out of the storage. Nobody stopped her from doing that.
The victim claims there were many rules in the cult and punishments for those who broke the rules.
When you disrespect Eligio, you would either go in the corner or do squats.
Oh, I'm sorry. His name is Eligio. Eligio. He had them hoes doing squats. Check this shit out.
Respect Eligio, you would either go in the corner or do squats or be reprimanded or shunned.
Eventually, she says those punishments included violence and beatings from Bishop and the other members.
He used a belt, a leather belt, to whip her over 50 to 100 times.
The victim
That's crazy. Oh, shit. Dog, you can't be putting a belt on nobody and you whooping them over 50. Thought this nigga pulled out a belt and whooped a woman for over 50 to 100 times? Dog, listen, whatever they had to do, pay her off, get her up out of there, take care of her mama for life, anything will be better than what the fuck he talking about. This dude, Jesus Christ. First of all, he was getting them in shape. He said, listen, y'all go over there in that corner and y'all do them squats. But then it evolved. The next thing you know, he was pulling off his belt. He was pulling off the leather. Yeah, this nigga's crazy. He was a demon, Messi. And he had 10 hoes. Jesus.
A leather belt to whip her over 50 to 100 times.
The victim admits she was a member of the cult 3 different times. And as she was leaving for the final time, she told him no to sex repeatedly before finally saying, okay.
And how many times do you think you told him no before you said okay? If you just had to...
So many times I couldn't count. He interrupts me and says, shut up. You're my property. You're not going anywhere.
Hey, when the defense attorney starts sipping some water out of his canister, nigga, that's a wrap. Look at the defense. Look, she's saying, I said no, and he said, shut up, you my bitch. And look what the defense is doing while the woman is on there testifying and this man's life is on the line. Look at the defense. He don't know what to do. Look.
You're my property. You're not going anywhere.
Nigga, put the canister down. My life is on the line. Jesus Christ. What we talking about right now? Hold on. This nigga sipping canisters? You ain't got no objections? Objection, conjecture, ladies and gentlemen. Objection, leading the witness. Say anything. Disrupt this hoe. Don't let her get up there and say that wild shit. What are you doing? Nigga, you might as well have slip-on slippers. Man, you going to jail. Boy, did this boy get a, is this a court-appointed attorney or is this somebody that you hired yourself? Man, if you don't put that canister down and start saying something, say anything. She lying, Your Honor. Man, I would have got up myself. She lying. I ain't never said that. Whoa! She started talking about whoopings and shit like that. That nigga started sipping a canister. Look at this man.
You're my...
First of all, sir, look how you dressed in court. Y'all niggas was being a cult for this nigga? Look at his hair. Look at his hair. Look at his jacket. and then he got on glasses with no lenses in it, and you got a lawyer with the tweed jacket on sipping water while this hoe is throwing you under the bus.
You're my property. You're not going anywhere.
Hell no. Hell.
Now, the prosecution also played clips of the sexually explicit videos that were posted on Bishop's site. That was one of the more disturbing parts of the trial so far.
That man is a demon, and we don't support demonic behavior. Let me see what else is going on. I need to see the sentencing. Sentencing. Oh, that was the hearing. I don't want the whole thing. Let me see if I can get it. Give me a second. We getting the cliff notes over here on After Hours. We ain't got time to be sitting here following the whole trial. We just want to see what the results are, and we want to see what happened. And shout out to the people that put me up on this guy. I didn't know nothing about Eligio with his whooping tactics.
You know, I would have been inclined to exercise some discretion.
That's too low. I need a bigger one. I need something that's a little louder. This nigga over here whooping women. Sentencing hearing. Maybe this is a better one. Oh, he wanted to address the court in the sentencing hearing. Let's see what him addressing the court. Let's see if we can get him in here addressing the court. Your Honor, that hoe is lying.
For sure. At all times.
All right, what is it you'd like me to consider?
I just want to say something to all of them.
Well,
I just want to say.
Just direct it to me, please, not to.
I'll direct it to you. I'll direct it to you.
Okay.
Are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm not answering any questions of yours, Mr.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I got nothing in my heart. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you. I want you.
Is this nigga crazy? Are we all watching the same trial? I want to understand what we watching. Is he just been found guilty and he about to be sentenced? Is this boy out of his mind? Is he crazy? That boy said, I forgive you. You ain't got to worry about it. This boy is crazy. He is batshit crazy. Why y'all ain't tell me what we was dealing with? We dealing with a demon.
You know I still love you and forgive you. And kiss my baby girl and let her know I love her. And I love y'all. I don't have no, I promise you, you know how I am. In my heart, you know how I am. I still love you. I still fuck with you. I still love you.
All right.
I
got that.
And no hate.
Okay.
No hate.
Is there anything else?
My heart light as a feather. I promise you I love you and I'm still here. I ain't miss one lick. I see what y'all doing and I want you to know I forgive you. And I see y'all.
And you know what? Let me tell you why they so why he crazy. Let me tell you what's important to identify with a crazy nigga. Because they really start believing they lies. Like they start believing that they were wronged. These niggas think that this is logical. And I'm not sure if he's saying this because he's trying to come off as crazy so that he can try to get, you know what I'm saying, plead insanity or what? But this nigga is insane. Let me see what else is happening.
On count one, how does the jury find? Count one is rape. Guilty.
A guilty verdict on all charges against an alleged cult leader accused of raping a follower who tried to escape. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Jurors in DeKalb County came back with 5 guilty verdicts against alleged sex cult leader Eligio Bishop. But he wasn't even in the courtroom to hear the verdict.
Fox 5's Tyler Fingert has been following this trial since the beginning. He joins us now with a closer look at that verdict and the sentence Bishop will face. Tyler?
Yeah, Russ, good evening to you. Alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop is now a convicted rapist, and just moments ago, the judge sentenced him to life without the possibility of parole.
I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Is that correct?
After about 6 hours of deliberations, a DeKalb County jury found alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop guilty of all 5 charges he faced, including rape and false imprisonment.
Guilty.
The jury found Bishop raped a former group member as she tried to escape the alleged cult Carbon Nation and then posted revenge porn of the woman online. Bishop wasn't in the courtroom for the verdict because of COVID concerns, but watched from the DeKalb County jail and let out an audible noise before the judge ordered his mic off.
All right. Go ahead and mute courtroom C, please.
A woman who has covered the group online for years believes the jury got it right.
I believe that it's a just verdict. I believe that the courtroom today was very quiet and somber.
Following the verdict, Judge Stacey Heydrich moved right into the sentencing hearing where Bishop's victims testified. He appeared to make fun of them.
He said my soul belonged to him, and there was absolutely no saying no to him.
You were our guy. Now you're a prisoner, but you imprisoned us.
Bishop then addressed the judge.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still love you.
And the judge said she would have been lenient if it wasn't for how he acted during the trial. He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Judge Stacey Heydrich.
See that arrogant shit? Man, listen, bro. Judge said she would have been lenient if he would have been actually different throughout the trial, and you still was over there being arrogant. Man, look, bro. I do believe I didn't know anything about him before this or prior to it, but I do feel sorry for the fact that a lot of people actually fall into this bullshit, and it's unfortunate that the arrogance of a lot of these people lead them to their downfall, which possibly is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, the fact that they were arrogant, I don't think that these people need to be out here on the street, because I know that y'all gonna be out here, oh my God, free Nature Boy or whatever his name is and all of that. No, that nigga need to be chilling out. He need to sit the fuck down for a while. You can't be out here raping people and taking them against their will and giving them whoopings and all of this stuff and thinking that that junk is cool. Nah, big dog. I'm gonna need you to sit down for a minute, hold this L, and my one thing. It's ironic that we having this conversation, but my one thing is, and I've always said this, I never, ever, ever, and y'all heard me say this 1,000 times, my one thing is that I'm never, ever going to try to convince you to be somewhere where you don't want to be. Forget holding you against your will. I don't even want you to be hanging out or be around me when you feel like you done or anything. The fastest way to get me up out of there, or the fastest way to get yourself from in my presence, is say I don't want to be here anymore. Because don't nobody look. It's some people that's just not even built to be a cult leader at all. Because who wants to hold somebody against their will? Like, who wants to get somebody to try to convince somebody to do something that they don't want to do? Even in a regular relationship, even in love, it's like, I don't want nobody to just say, I love you because I said it to you first. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, don't even say I love you when I say it to you, because I'm saying it to you because I really feel it. Now, when you say it to me, I want you to really mean it, not just because I said it to you first. So why would I want to be around Why would I want to be around somebody that don't like authentically within themselves actually believe in what it is that we putting together? Like, you gotta want to be here. I don't want to convince you.